Quickly, let's make that adjustment quickly. Madam Victoria, Engineer Victoria, please join us. No, don't worry, I'll bring one or two for you now. Don't worry. You see supporting striker. All right. So, can we, the way we are seated, I hope you can still see the board on the screen rather. Okay. So let's just read through. Let us digest and understand before we now go to what we are supposed to do. Starlight Brew PLC is one of the largest beverage companies with operations in Lagos and Aba. Rising diesel costs and water costs are straining margins. That is, they are spending so much money, which is affecting their bottom line. And regulators, Madam Khadija, our EBITDA margin is 18%. We spend 1.2 billion on diesel every year. We pay 100 million on a yearly basis for water fine annually. So we have two IEE and RECP projects that we want to do. One is to install a solar battery storage. The second one, wastewater recycling plant. Now, remember, we are saying that our diesel cost is really going up, and we are also under pressure on how we discharge our wastewater, in order for us to reduce the fines that we pay and for us to reduce our diesel costs. So we are saying that we would want to install a solar system and also a recycling plant. Now, for us to do this project, it's going to cost us 1.5 billion to do the storage, battery storage, the solar battery storage. And for the water recycling plant, it's going to cost us 800 million to do that as well. However, if we install this solar system now, we'll be saving 700 million annually. Please remember, yesterday we said that savings, whatever we have saved, is also what? Is also an income. Good. Our operating and maintenance expenses annually, if you are using this storage system, is going to be 100 million. The asset useful life is 15 years. For the recycle plant, it's going to cost us 800 million. We are going to be saving 100 million in avoided fines. Recycling savings is 150 million. It's going to cost us 50 million annually to operate and maintain this machine. Can I proceed? Huh? Or you will still want to leave? You are fine with this? Yes. You are still using it, sir. Are you a standalone striker? Which group? Where's your group? Okay, it's part of. Okay. Memuna, which group are you? Which group do you belong to? You don't have a group. Stand alone. Okay. Don't stand alone, no, please. It's a group work. Starlight, they are into beverage production. Their annual revenue is 15 billion. Their EBITDA is 18%. Diesel expense, what they spent on diesel is 1.2. They pay water fines, but there are two projects that would help manage some of these things. I don't know if anybody remembers some of the drivers for the IE and RECP projects. Rising costs and also compliance with environmental regulations. Now, in this situation now, we are spending so much on diesel. We are spending 1.2 billion. And Madam Khadija now, they are charging us 100 million annually for not environmental compliance. So we are saying, okay, if we install a solar panel, it's going to cost us 1.5, but we'll be saving 700 million annually. We'll be spending 100 million on our operating and maintenance costs. If you are putting a recycling plant is going to cost 100 million. We are going to be saving 100 million in avoided fines. And recycle savings is also 150. Operating and maintenance cost is 50 million. Asset use to be like 10 million. So, instructions. Working in your assigned groups, apply the financial theories learned on day 1 and day 2 to calculate the following. 1, pre-investment EBITDA. 2, net annual savings for each of the projects and also for combined. Payback period for each of the projects and combined. Post-investment EBITDA and the EBITDA margin. Then question 2. Compare financing under commercial bank, commercial loan at 30% for 5 years. BOI, remember we talked about concessional loan, right? At 5%, at 8%, 5 years, 1 year grace period on the principal repayment. Number 3, identify 3 key risks for this project and propose mitigation strategies. I'll go over it again. The first thing we have to do is calculate the pre-investment EBITDA. Your net annual savings for each of the projects and the combined, right? The payback period for each project and also the combined. Your post-investment EBITDA and the EBITDA margin. Now compare the financing under the commercial loan at 30% and under the BOI at 8%. Then you identify 3 risk areas for this project. However, under number 2, what we expect us as a group to do is recommend which financing opportunity should we go with. Are we going with the commercial bank? Based on your calculation, are we going to go with the commercial bank or we are going to go with BOI? Then number 3, you identify 3 risk areas for this project and propose mitigation strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, by my time it is 12. I'll give us 45 minutes to discuss all of this. But as a group, I expect us to put our answers on this and we present to the entire class. So I'll give us these papers and the markers. Once we have decided on our solutions, we put them on these papers and you guys will present to us. So by 12:45, we'll start the presentation. Each group will have 5 minutes each to present and we call it a day. All right? Any questions? Any questions? I should take it back. Okay, so you have the figures. Should I leave it here or I go to the questions, to what is expected? Okay. Okay, so calculate pre-investment EBITDA, net annual savings for each project and the combined project together, the payback period for each of the project and the combined, post-investment EBITDA and the EBITDA margin. Number 2, compare the financing, commercial loan at 30%, BOI concessional loan at 8%, and recommend which of the financing options should we go with based on your calculation. Then number 3, identify 3 risk areas in connection to this project and propose your mitigation strategies. Yeah, it's just for the benefit of the class. Yes, BOI is not 8%. We are just using this in this scenario. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our time starts now. By 12:45, we'll start our presentation as a group. Okay, so please, let's utilize our time well. Thank you. project. Okay. So, I think we have to put a stop to our group conversations now. It's time for us to present. Okay, still cover it so that there will not be stealing your answers. Group 2 and Group 3, we are waiting for you guys. So please, done. Extra sheets. Ẹ ṣeré gidi. Àfúnkì show. Ẹ ṣeré tán ni o. 3 sheets. Don't intimidate other groups, please. It's one thing to share. It's one thing to share the right thing. Okay. On. Yeah. So please, once it's 1 p.m., wherever we stop, we stop. You can use your note to support it, but I'm just trying to make it more, what's it called, for us to do the presentation. So, each group will have 5 minutes. Select your representatives. I think Group 1 is very much ready with your representative. So, Group 1, please, we are asking that you give us 2 minutes. By 1 o'clock, we'll start presenting. Don't show them the numbers yet so that other people will not copy. Yes, so a group. So, Group 1, please, can we have your representative to present to us? Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Please,
Please,
you're
can
not
we
doing
focus?
Cambridge.
Sorry, each group has 5 minutes. By my watch, it is 1 on the dot. So start.
Okay, so for Group 1.
Can we pay attention, please?
Okay. Okay, so we're talking about Starlight Brew PLC. And Starlight Brew PLC is one of the largest beverage companies. And they're looking at 2 major investments, which is the solar investment and wastewater recycling investment. I'll go straight to the question because of our time. So we have to calculate the pre-investment EBITDA for Starlight. So what we did in our group is that we have our annual revenue, then we have our projects. We started with the solar PV, and we have wastewater recycling plant. So for pre-investment EBITDA, the formula we use is EBITDA margin, which is EBITDA over revenue times 100. Our EBITDA is 18% over 100, equals to EBITDA over 15 billion. Then our answer is 2.7 billion. Then for the second one, we have our net. So that's the first question, the pre-investment EBITDA. Now we have our net annual savings of each project and combined. So we start with each project first. For the solar PV, the diesel savings for solar PV is 700 million. Then our whole and hem is 100 million. So the net savings is the diesel savings minus whole and hem, which is 600 million. Then for our wastewater plant, the net is 100 million plus 150. Remember that we have avoided fines, which is different from avoidable fines. Avoided fines is the savings to us. So that was why we added 100 million plus 150, which gave us 250 million savings. Then we now minus our whole and hem, which is a cost from it. So our net savings is 200 million in this case. Then combined, we added the net savings of the solar PV and the wastewater plant, which gave us 800 million. For payback period, so this is our solar net savings, which was 600 million. Then our CAPEX is 1.5 billion. The wastewater plant savings was 200 million. So to get our payback period, The formula is, the formula for, yes, over savings. So that gave us 2.5. 2.5 for the solar project. Then for the wastewater plant, we got 4 years. Then the combined, we got 2.9 years. Going to our extra sheet. Now the fourth question. The fourth question is investment EBITDA and EBITDA matching. So for our solar PV, the post-investment EBITDA is our savings, which is 700 million, O&M 100 million, which gave us, so we deducted this, it gave us 600 million. Then for our wastewater plants, we had 250 million, which I already explained initially, minus our O&M, which is 50 million. So we wrote the explanation here. So our post-EBITDA is pre-EBITDA plus savings. Our pre-EBITDA that we got earlier on is 2.7 billion. The savings for both of the projects is 800 billion. So our post-EBITDA is 3.5 billion. Then to get our post-EBITDA margin, we had 2 questions under this particular number. Our post-EBITDA margin is our post-EBITDA over total revenue, which is 3.5 billion over 15 billion. Then we got 23.3%. Now going to question 5. Compare financing under commercial bank loan at 30% for 5 years. The MPOI concessional loan at 8% for 5 years. Now this is our financing decision as financial experts that we are. So we built our 2.3 billion. We multiplied it by, remember that 2.3 billion. How we got 2.3 billion is the total investment cost for the solar and the wastewater plant. So we multiplied it by 30% and the number of years. For the DMB, Deposit Money Banks loan, we got 3.45 billion for 5 years. So divided it per year, we got 690 million. Now going to BOI loan, same 2.3 billion, we multiplied it by 8% interest rate. And by the number of years, we got 920 million. Now we wanted to break it down for what to be per annum. We got 184 million. Obviously, we could see that BOI loan is far way cheaper. So for our group, we are going with BOI loan. That's a financing decision. So the question 6, which is the last question, says identify 3 key risks for this project and propose mitigation strategy. Sorry, I'm rushing. It's the time. The first one is our technical, sorry, one house. The first one is our technical and installation risk. And the mitigation we have provided here is employing competent contractors that have track records, then contractor that will give us after sales service, regular maintenance and all that. Then the second risk we identify is regulatory, sorry, you are disturbing us. The second risk is regulatory and environmental risk. Our mitigation is compliance to standards. Then we also engage the regulators to even want for the project to want to install. Then we obtain regular certifications. If there's any needs for any ISO certification, whatever certification that might be required for the PV solar and the wastewater plant. Then the third risk is financial risk, which is what is happening, which is what is killing most businesses these days. So inflation, cost overrun due to high interest rates can also be a risk. Our mitigation is to go for BOI concessional loan. Then see for green financing for major investors and all. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. One, thank you very much. You manage your time well, but you exceeded by 1 minute, but I'll give that to you. I apologize on their behalf. I apologize on their behalf. So, representative of Group 2, please.
Okay. For Group 2, our pre-investment EBIT is 18%. And then for us to get the value, we just do some mathematical, we interpolate the value, and then we're able to get 2.7 billion. What we do exactly is, we have the workings here. We said 80% equals to EBITDA divided by 15 billion. So when you cross multiply the stuff, then you know what to do. No, we know it very well. So we cross multiply. So, all right. Then for the net annual saving, we actually summarize our results here. we have 600 million for project A, and for project B, we have 200 million. How do we get that? We take the next savings. For project A, we take the next savings less the operation and maintenance expenses. So for the project B, we take net savings of 250 million, less operation and management of 50 million. So we got our 200 million. So combined, we added both of them together, they gave us 800 million. So we move straight to our payback period, and we move straight to our payback. So for our payback period, we take the initial investment or the capital outlay. Our initial investment for projects A is 1.5 billion. We divided by 600 million. Note that the 600 million is our net savings, so we pick our net savings rate of 600 million. For project B, which is the water waste, we took 800 million as the initial investment or the capital outlay, and we divided it by 200 million. And based on that, we have 2.5 years for project A, and then we have 4 years for project B. And then when we combine it together, we have 2.8 years. That is 2.3 billion divided by 800. So that's for combined payback period. Then we move straight to post-investment EBITDA. I think our approach is slightly different from the other group approach. I think we didn't approach it from the perspective of pre-EBITDA or whatever. So what we do is that we pick the revenue that was given pre-investment, which is 15 billion. Then we take out 500 million. That is 1.2 billion for the cost of the diesel, less the savings on the diesel. So when you take that out, then we added back the recycle saving. So for that, we were able to arrive at 14 billion 650,000. I mean, 14 billion 650 million. Then we less operation, the operation for 2 projects, we less operation and maintenance expenses of 150 million. So our EBITDA is 14.5 billion. According to group 2, our EBITDA is 14.5 billion. Then our margin is take the 14.5 billion divided by our 15 million. 14.5 billion divided by our 15 billion, and we were able to get 96%. So let me just move forward to the next part B. So I said, what we do is we try to be a little bit creative. One thing you should know is it doesn't matter who gets the answer right, but there are different approaches to get something. So we follow another approaches, and we are creative about what we do. So that's what we do. So for the big question in terms of the risk, we choose BOI. We select BOI, and the reason why we select BOI is because the interest rates, when we calculate the interest, the 30%, the 8% interest was less. And then the moratorium period that they gave us a moratorium period of 1 year. And during this period, we could be able to stabilize our business. So on the basis of that, we choose the BOI loan. And then we go for the risk aspects. I think I'm in the last part. So we identify our risk as unethical operation. We put lack of cost effectiveness. We put poor weather condition. And then we put risk of possible downtime. And then we said our mitigation strategy include that in anything that we're going to do in the business, we should implement, we should operate our business ethically. We should do things that is going to benefit the society. We do things that is not going to affect the environment. Whatever we do, we make sure it doesn't affect the environment. And we are also ethical about what we do. And in addition, we say we should engage in efficient use of our resources. And by doing so, what we're simply saying there is, we don't put, the fact that you're using a solar panel PV system doesn't mean you should leave all those things down. You should leave your laptop on, or you should leave your system on. You can efficiently use the resources by taking them off when you don't use them. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Group 2. Thank you. You actually maximize your time. 5 minutes. Group 3, please, can we have your representative? Group 3.
Good afternoon. I'm Khadija from Federal Ministry of Environment, representing Group 3. We have
Please, ma, can you be more audible so that we can all hear you? Thank you, ma.
so to calculate our pre-investment EBITDA, we use the EBITDA formula for EBITDA margin. Then we did interchanging. So EBITDA margin was equals which we had 18% times revenue would get our EBITDA. So that was the 2.7 billion. Then number two, net annual savings on solar. We had 700 million minus the operating and maintenance 100 million. So our net annual was 600 million. Then for the wastewater, we had 100 million on avoided fine, then 150 million on the recycling savings, minus 50 million on operating and maintenance, we had 200 million. Then combined, that's 800 million. So number three, payback period was equals to initial investment divided by annual cash flow. Number one, we had 1.5 billion minus 600 million, that's the savings, net annual savings, was equals to, oh, sorry, not minus, divided by, so that's 2.5 years. Then number two, um, waste, yes, wastewater recycling, 800 million, the initial, the capex, divided by 200 million, that's the net annual savings, gave us 4 years. The combined was, we used combining these two, the capex for the two, divided by 800 million, would give us 2.87 years for combined payback period. So number four, we had 2.7 billion, the EBITDA, post to calculate our post EBITDA. Yes, post investment EBITDA and EBITDA margin. So the first one was the EBITDA. Where is it? Okay. 2.7, that's the from the pre-investment plus 800 million. So yes, that's our combined annual savings equals to post EBITDA. That's 3.5 billion. Then we have EBITDA margin. Yes, that 3.5 divided by the revenue 15 billion times 100. That's 23%. Then number five, we're talking about commercial loan. At 30%, if we were to fund the solar, that's times 1.5 billion. That would be 440 million per year. 2.25 billion. And the second one, the wastewater, 30% times 800 million will be 240 million per year. Then for 5 years will be 1.2 billion. Then the second one would be if we're using concessional loan at 8% times the same 1.5 billion will be 120 million for 1 year. Times 5 years will be 600 million. And the second one, the wastewater, will be 8% times 800 million. And for 1 year, we have 64 million. Times 5 years is 320 million.
So that's why we're going to select you using the concessional loans over the commercial loans from the mathematical representation here. The money you get from using the commercial banks, you have 450, and the difference, that's in for 1 year, and the difference, you see using concessional loan, you are using, you are getting 120 million. You see that the gap is much. So with this, I hope this, we're not trying to but this is to show you that it's better you use the concessional loans than the commercial banks. We're not done. We're not done. Also, hold on. Keep your point. Thank you. Thank you.
So we wanted, I can just do the risk and mitigation. So we are saying operational risk on, you said 3 risk on the project, right? So operational risk on the wastewater recycling would be that it could damage, maybe due to the operators not being able to use it properly. So the mitigation would be to get a competent operator and to ensure they get training from time to time, the operators. And the second risk will be technical risk on the solar this time, which could be battery. So we mitigate by ensuring we get lithium battery from reputable producers and have guarantee on the purchase. Then the third risk will be regulatory risk. Is also on the solar panel, which would be the regulators could say, okay, what would happen at the battery end of life? You know, how do you dispose? And the mitigation would be to ensure to have an EPR agreement, which would be the producers will take back the batteries or the equipment, even the panels, once they get to the end of life so that they can dispose in an environmentally sound manner. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so where is Mimunat? Is she around? Or Khadija? There's this club that I think I tried doing it in Kano. Do you know how to coordinate the Atama club? No, Mimuna, can you coordinate the Atama club? Yes. Atama club. So do we know how to do the Atama club? Yes, can we do it? Please, I need somebody to do it and we all stand up and give ourselves that clap. To be very honest, I am very, very much impressed with what we have done. So who can coordinate it for us, please? Can you coordinate us? Atama, Labariko. I don't know how to do it exactly. So that was why. Can you do it? Oh, very good. Please, help us with it, sir. Please, let's follow his instructions.
Atama, 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 La Parina, 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 La Parina. You go hold on.
You show us first. Okay. Let me show us.
Atama, 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 Paparinku, Laparinku, Laparinku, Laparinko, 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 Laparinko.
Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. Can we have our seat? I really appreciate each of the groups for presenting. I'm using 4 metrics to judge each of the groups. So on presentation, one did excellently well in presenting all their numbers. Group 2 also did very well in terms of presentation. Group 3, they had to open the book, interpreting the numbers that we have on there. I think everybody did well interpreting it, but the best group is still group 1. Decision making. In making the decision, I think all the groups did well in recommending that we go with the BOI concessionary loan. In terms of group work, I would say all the group members, everybody participated really, really well. Thank you so very much. Please, can we give ourselves a round of applause again? Time management. All of you did not manage your time right. Time management in presentation, I think everybody did well. But in terms of preparing the class or whatever. Okay. So let's quickly go through our own answers here. And we interpret it. Pre-investment EBITDA, I think everybody got that right. Right? 18% times 15 billion. It gave us 2.7 billion. Right? Our net savings for solar, 600 million. We all got that right. Net savings for recycle plants is 200 million. That's 150 plus 100 minus 50 million. We all got that right. Our total annual savings, I think we all did that correctly. We got 800 million. Right? Now let's go to payback period. Payback period for the solar, 1.5 billion divided by 600 is 2.5 years, which can approximate to 3 years, right? Payback period for the recycling plant is 800 million divided by 200 gives us 4 years. The combined payback period is the total capital requirement, which is 1.5 plus 800 million divided by our combined savings to give us 2.9 years. Post-investment EBITDA is our pre-investment EBITDA plus our 800 million in savings to give us a total of 3.5 billion, and our post-investment EBITDA margin is 3.5 billion divided by 15 billion, which gives us 23%. Commercial loan, capital requirement times the interest, that's 2.3 billion times 30%. We'll be paying back Access Bank or whichever bank 690 million annually. And for BOI concessionary loan, we'll be paying 184 million annually. Recall that the annual savings is 800 million. The interest alone that we are paying on commercial loan has already increased our total savings. So that is the reason why we say that concessionary loans from BFIs are much more lucrative for us at the end of the day, because it will not eat too deep into our operating profit. So based on what we have calculated here, I think everybody got the option right of going with BOI, right? Now, talking about the risks. So we categorize the risk into technical risk, operational risk, financial risk. Financial risk, we talk about interest rates and the market and revenue risk. And I believe that all our recommendations, I would have been very angry with Group 3 if they are not mentioned regulatory risk, because we have regulators among them. So they were able to come up with that. Please, can I have the representative of each group, please step forward, please. Representative of each group. I want to present the Toyota Hilux Prado 70th edition to all of us. Please, we just want to take a group picture so that we can have it on record that yes, we have proof that actually. One more person from group 1 then. Okay, so my person. Thank you very much. Before we call it a day, do we have any questions or we have any comments from any of us before I drop the mic and hand over to my organs? Any question, any contribution? Anyone? In the absence of that, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we wish us all the best in our respective organizations. Thank you.
Distinguished participants, I think we have come to the end of the training. You will all agree with me that we have come so far. We've had the awareness training on methodologies, technical training. The technical training we have done versus I want to say that we are through with Abuja, except some few items that is remaining. This on
Thank you, Mr. Ladipo. For the giving the vote of thanks, which is the major assignment I have just this afternoon as we close. I would like to use the opportunity to share some information with us on the other steps remaining for us to conclude before we close or draw the curtain of the project. The first one is to let us know that there will be ISO certification training program for auditors and lead auditors in ISO 50001 and ISO 14000 series. That, of course, is going to be conducted by ISO, of course, in partnership with Standard Organization of Nigeria, being the agency that has the mandate for such in Nigeria. But I would like to, I'm announcing ahead of time because the notice may come pretty short. We're at the final stage of concluding it. All our training programs and workshops, CPA assessment, visits, meeting of committees, they have timelines. But we should have communicated this ahead of time, but because of funding, because UNIDO will be funding, paying for certification of such participants. But we've been able to cross that hurdle now. But I need to say up front, it is not for every participant. You recall at the time, we did something like a mock assessment. For those of us that participated in that assessment, where we came up with some objective questions, just to test our knowledge on. So primarily, we are going to use the results from that assessment as a major yardstick for selecting. One of the other criteria we are using is your participation. We are not just here for the sake of being here. We have other things to do. We also monitor how you participate in the course of the workshop and training. We also monitor what you do. There are some people who come for training, but the major part of the training, the 2 days, they are busy doing their own work. They are not participating, they are not interacting, they are not doing anything. We are taking notes. So if you find us sending you a letter, an official letter to your management saying you have been selected to be trained as auditor or lead auditor, please, you know that you have met that criteria. But find a way of blocking your diary for now, which will confirm before the end of next week, the 3rd week and the 4th week in October. That training will be coming up. Someone may be asking, what do I need it for? But I want to advise you, this IEE and RECP, they are, well, seemingly nascent to us. It's not something that we have it done in pockets of other courses, engineering and all of that. But as a course on its own, it's largely nascent to us. And anyone that is able to benefit is for you, because the certification is for you and not for your company. Automatically means also that is to develop a new experts draw anytime there's need for training, for workshop, or capacity building, not only in Nigeria, even outside Nigeria. When I say outside Nigeria, ECOWAS. For those that started with us from the beginning, you realize that the ECOWAS Center for Renewable Energy, ECRI, was actually the one anchoring the technical session. But along the line, UNIDO in its wisdom felt they've tried. They handed over the technical session back to us. So I felt I should mention that. The second information I would like to share is on the cleaner production assessment that we are doing for industries, conducting for industries. I want to say that UNIDO and GEF, they are paying so much money for that thing to be conducted in your facility. Let me cite an example that will make you understand what they are trying to do. If, for example, your company is proactive on your own, because some industry have ISO 14001 already, you are proactive, and you want to conduct, for example, in the area of ISO 50000, you want to conduct an energy audit, there's no how you won't be paying the consultant between 10 and 12 million naira to do that. And what is the energy audit going to do? It's going to throw up your energy waste hotspot. Will throw up areas that you are consuming energy unnecessarily. We also show you things that you need to do immediately to crash your energy. I'm just using that. But for CPA, it's a combination of IEE and RECP, which will look at how efficiently are you utilizing resources. Your water, your chemical, if you're using chemical, your materials. There are thresholds for waste. If your waste is beyond certain threshold, they will be able to also do the assessment. And ultimately, the report of the assessment is your document. The international expert, they've been coming. We have done Mission 1 in Lagos with Nestle, Promasidor, all the big companies. We have done Mission 2 in Onitsha. We have done Mission 3 in Kano. So Mission 4 is Abuja. So if you are an industry, you are representing an industry, and you've not signed on, if you are interested, let us know. Because the way it's done, because of scarcity of funds, is that it will be done for only 10 industries in each 10 industries in each zone. So if at the end of the day, we have 5 in Abuja, it means we'll give the to other zones that are requesting for more. So if you know you are part and parcel of industry, you are representing industry and you are here with us, and you have not completed your CPA questionnaires that we sent to you, the essence of that questionnaire is to enable the international expert to have information. Because when they analyze the data you have provided in that questionnaire, up front, they will have key information about the zones within your operational production shop floor. And when they come to your factory, because they will travel all the way from Vienna, when they come and they get to your factory, the first presentation they will make to your management will be result of that analysis they've carried out on the information. So if you are here, you represent industry, and you are interested in being part of the CBA, and you are here to complete the questionnaire, you need to quickly do that. It's going to be free. Imagine just one leg energy audit, you are spending between 10 and 12 million, and somebody is saying, I'm giving you free. I think we need to take advantage of it. You are not losing anything at all, but rather you are gaining, because you now have a document that your management can use to adjust things, reduce your energy costs, reduce waste, and all of that in your system. And of course, ultimately, make you compliant with what we are talking about now about sustainability. So I'm encouraged. So I would like to advise the following companies to please wait behind to see me. If you're a representative of HSM, please wait to see me once we are done. DLK, Abumet, Justin Aid, Tawada, Emax Furniture, GU Ebeco Industry Limited. If you have mentioned the name of your company, please wait to see me before you leave this venue. I have information to share with you. If you're also from Interior Woodworks, you need to also wait to join them so that we can talk around the challenges. Well, feedback from the field show that some of us are having challenges with completing the questionnaires, maybe understanding what. So what we have done is to open a WhatsApp platform. The executive secretary in charge of MAN Abuja branch, Lekon Edujobi, we open a special WhatsApp platform where one of our national experts will be on the platform with those of you that signify interest, and those that I'm hoping will also take advantage of this to signify additional interest. You will now be on that platform so that should you have any question on the question related to how, clarity on what we are asking or the international experts are asking on the questionnaire, you will get answers and they'll be able to direct you on where to go to. I also need to mention to us that by the special grace of God, one of the things we've achieved under this project, which some of us, read my lips, only some of us will be included. One of it is that we have developed a module and curriculum for IEE and RECP in Nigeria. Of course, in partnership with NUC and 4 universities that have been selected, they've received approval from their Senate to even start the certificate course effective from the new academic year. So why I'm saying this is some of us may end up being in the pool of those that they can call. I know somebody will be wondering, my line is finance, my line is why are they going to call me and all of that. It doesn't matter. If you have gone through this training, there is a financing component. There is a component that you need to guide people how to present, to prepare business plan. So you have become an expert that they can invite. Because what we are going to do, the project expects us to submit the pool of experts. People that have trained, have gone through this program, that they can draw from per time. Like I said, I know you may not like it. Not everybody will be in that pool. But if you find yourself in the pool, of course, you will know by reason of receiving a letter from us informing you of the next steps. I also need to say that for those of us, advanced training will be coming up, or that will be a webinar form. Is also for selected few. If you recall, for those that have been following us, we started with the basics. Later, we moved to the intermediate. Now, we looked at the mid-advanced stage. But the advanced level, because they can't pay, it's going to involve certification for everybody. We are going to select, but it's going to be webinar-based. I feel I should mention that. Now, I also need to say to us that, which is the second to the last information, we are planning to set up what we call the IEE and RECP network in Nigeria, where it's at the final stage. We are waiting for approval of UNIDO. Once it's approved, on the network, we have all our people on that network. Whether your own is financial services, whether your own is, all of our people will be on that network. So that should industries have a challenge and they need a particular service, or they need someone to come to their facility, conduct a training, they can latch on that platform. And for industry, if you have a particular challenge in the line of IEE and RECP, you can throw it on the network to also get feedback from people. You'll be shocked. Another representative for another industry can say, we experienced this also period. We did X, Y, Z. And some of our national experts and international experts will also be on that network. But like I said, this one is at final stage. Once it's approved, we will also share, and we will onboard everyone onto that platform. So finally, to do what I've been asked to do, I would like to thank everyone, starting from the Almighty God for giving us the privilege to have a program like this. So imagine if there's no peace in Abuja, I don't think we'll be able to gather to do anything. I also like to thank GEF and UNIDO for funding all these things. My in-laws will say, bring number, nakao de sufferam. Somebody is paying indirectly or directly for all this. So we'd like to thank, and of course, we'd like to thank our partners, Standard Organization, Energy Commission, Federal Ministry of Industry, Industry, Trade and Investment, NIPC, and all others. NUC, the 4 universities selected across the nation, Bayero University, Kano, and University of Lagos, University of Abuja. I think one of the rep was here yesterday. FUPRI, Federal University of Petroleum, I think EFRU in Umwari. And the 4 of them will thank everyone for playing their part to ensure that we do what we need to do. I would like to also thank our resource person, Olamide, for the good work. I think we should give him a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. I know some of our experts in-house, our participants in-house, are familiar with some of this. But the most interesting part is the simplicity with which you went about, at least it's handling or explaining some of this concept. We want to thank you so much, and I wish you journey mercies back to your destination. And of course, finally, I would like to thank each and every one of us participants for being here. The people working behind the scene, I hope you forgive me. I've not forgotten your national expert, the communication expert, those working at the back end, registration desk, PMU, and of course our participants. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate, and we want to plead with you like I always do after every workshop. Let's not just keep this away. Let's share it. Let's start from people working with us in our various teams or departments or divisions in our organizations. As we learn, let's also teach others, so that the more we teach others, this message will go around and go wide. spread across to the benefit of Nigeria, to the benefit of our industries, and of course, to our benefit as individuals. On that note, I would like to invite the communication expert, even though I'm supposed to just drop the mic, but I'm seeing something on the screen. It's like she wants us to do something. Okay, I'm told that, okay, maybe I should just ask. You've not received the training material. Let me see your hand. You have not received it. You need to check your email address with the registration text. Maybe you didn't write it legibly or you didn't. So you need to check with them. Or, okay, she said you can also check your spam and all other aspects of your email. Sometimes it will go into the inbox straight. It will just go straight into another segment. So on that note, thank you. And I'm trusting that when we have cause to hear from ourselves and one another, it will be good news all the way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please, I'd like us to quickly just take out our phones and scan that QR code. It will take you to our LinkedIn page. Please follow and interact with the articles there. You will find videos and everything. There's the YouTube channel there. There's the website, and then on X as well. So just scan. It will take you to the LinkedIn page. And if you need help with how to scan with your phone, Engineer Obafemi is there to help you. So if you need help, just raise up your hand. Thank you. Please interact with the page.
Yes, sir.